Blend one well-known name with scandal. Add an appealing subject, big and theatrical visibility, and fold in home-friendly pricing. Best served with slate alternatives. With this well-tested recipe for VOD success, the long-delayed City of Lies stands out. Why was Johnny Depp's City of Lies movie delayed? The troubled 2018 film stars Johnny Depp and Forest Whitaker as Los Angeles detectives investigating the murders of notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. Open Road filed for bankruptcy shortly after it acquired the film. Legal and pandemic issues followed, and then Saban stepped in. A March 19 theater release draws $565,000. 2 weeks later, it debuted on VOD. It's a trajectory similar to the one recently enjoyed by the disgraced Armie Hammer, who stars opposite Gary Oldman in another VOD hit, Crisis. The film was originally set to premiere in 2018 but was delayed after the film starred Johnny Depp's legal melee with both ex-wife Amber Heard and a UK tabloid. The movie released Friday, and critics either thought it was worth the wait or waste of time. City of Lies is a crime film based on the book Labyrinth by Randall Sullivan. The film, starring Depp and Forest Whitaker, with a modern-wood unit surrounding the murder mystery investigation of rappers Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. Depp, plays the role of LAPD detective Russell Poole, who is trying to figure out the truth behind these high-profile murders. The Hollywood Reporter's John Defoe thought City of Angels deserved more attention from the public because of the big picture issues it brings to light. Despite the problems Depp faced in his private life, he mentioned how the film brought real-life concerns to how murders of black victims deny justice by going unsolved. A viewer would have to be pretty complacent or know a lot more about the case than this film explains, not to live lies feeling that the Wallace case is a shameful and still fixable, to some extent example of justice denied. Defoe wrote, "And if truth can be swept under the rug in such a high-profile murder, what about killings of people nobody knows?" Who, since making this film, probably has been better known for headline-making court cases as recently as today, as this movie reminds us, a pretty fine actor when give a role worthy of his talents. So taking the personal woes aside, City of Lies is worth seeing, not only for a measured and unaffected turn by Depp as Russell Poole. The veteran LAPD cop was spent 18 years trying to uncover the mystery of who killed rapper the notorious B.I.G. aka Biggie Smalls aka Christopher Wallace, but also for Whitaker's understated and well-pitched portrayal of a journalist trying to escape his own checkered past by also getting to the bottom of what really happened. City of Lies is worth seeing not only for a measured and unaffected turn by Depp as Russell Poole, Hammond wrote, but also for Whitaker's understated and well-pitched portrayal of a journalist trying to escape his own checkered past by also getting to the bottom of what really happened. However, some critics couldn't get over Depp's private issues to fully appreciate his role as Poole. It's one of the few post-Jack Sparrow performances that makes you mourn what the back nine of Depp's career might have given us if not for his method-worthy commitment to public disgrace. David Erlinch of EddyWire wrote, "City of Lies has an underlying unexpected poignancy. The look is grimy and the atmosphere is grim. But what could have been a moody character study or a taut conspiracy thriller is instead a dreary procedural and misbegotten mush of flashbacks, voiceovers, and dead ends," Katsoulis writes. Peter DeBruge writes his for Variety. City of Lies reveals in the complexity of the whole mess. Sullivan's book was called Labyrinth after all, skipping around in time and making things more confusing than they have to be. In the film, Depp plays an LAPD detective trying and failing to solve the murders of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. The film also stars Forest Whitaker. Like much else on the actor's slate these days, City of Lies was plagued with behind-the-scenes drama. Back in July, it was reported that crew member Greg "Rocky" Brooks had filed a lawsuit against Depp, alleging that Depp punched him twice in a drunken tirade during filming last April. In the suit, Brooks also claims that Depp reeked of alcohol and took drugs on set, and that Depp verbally assaulted him after allegedly punching Brooks in the ribs. The suit claims Depp offered Brooks $100,000 to punch the actor in the face in return. Depp has not yet released a statement about the suit. Spanning two distinct time periods, including 1997, when the killing happened, and in 2015, when Whitaker's reporter Jack Jackson comes into the picture to team with Poole in further exploring the cold case. Director Brad Furman's trajectory of events sometimes becomes jumbled, but still holds power on different levels in the complex telling of facts and theories. Christian Contreras has based his screenplay on Randall Sullivan's exhaustively researched book Labyrinth, which began as a Rolling Stone article on massive corruption by the LAPD in the Rampart scandal, but instead morphed into how all the deceased culture mirrored the B.I.G. killing and its connections to the unsolved killing of another rapper, Tupac Shakur, the year before. It is a complicated web also involving another incident where a white cop killed a black cop, with clear villains in the LAPD, a long-running attempt to cover up the big killing, and efforts essentially to ostracize and silence Poole's near-obsessive quest to get to the truth of it all. Whitaker's Jack Jackson is a fictionalized character but inspired by Sullivan, whose dogged reporting opened the can of worms let loose here and fueled Poole's continuing work until he died in 2015, retired from the LAPD but still hoping to find closure. Furman's movie picks up the pieces, as it were, with help from Poole's widow in developing the facts used here. And the director, best known for his hit Legal Eagle flick The Lincoln Lawyer, has found a way with the intriguing relationship forged between Jackson and Poole. Two damaged men still on the mission to tell it all somewhat cohesively. Certainly, it is not easy to make a definitive movie of a high-profile case that still has not been solved, especially when your main protagonist dies just as you are getting started. But Furman and Contreras do an admirable job trying. In some ways, you might think this is a kind of material that would have ignited a directors like Sidney Lumet's passion, and Furman is no Lumet, but it is still well worth telling and well worth finally watching. Thanks in large part to earnest and dedicated work from its stars as well as a fine supporting cast moving in and out of the action. Well, it has taken quite a long time to get here, but the troubled production and distribution path for City of Lies is over, and the true-life drama starring Johnny Depp and Forest Whitaker about the two-decade investigation into the notorious B.I.G.'s 1997 killing finally can be seen. The film, which sparked a lawsuit between Depp and a location manager over an alleged fight on the set, and later one became a victim of the financial woes of original distributor Open Road and then Global Road.